What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be going over my training plan for the month of March as I get prepared to hike the Pacific Crest Trail this summer. As my start date gets closer and closer, I have to make the most out of every bit of time that I have left before I get started. I'm going to be using the first 3 weekends in March to get in 3 great day hikes each of those weeks. The first weekend in March, I'm going to be starting with an approximately 25-mile hike. I'm going to be doing this right out my front door. So my plan will be that first weekend on Sunday. I'm going to wake up nice and early that morning, have my bag already packed, and I'm just going to walk right out my front door and just start hiking. So my goal for this first hike will be to walk somewhere around 13 or so miles one way and then 13 or so miles right back the other way. The second weekend in March, I plan to do the same thing except bump up the mileage a little bit. So that second weekend on the Sunday as well, I'll be leaving bright and early that morning with my bag packed for the whole day. And then this time, I'll be walking somewhere around 17 to 18 miles one way and coming back that same 17 to 18 miles the other way. So this will allow me to get around 25 or so miles on the first hike, and then to get around 35 or so miles on this second hike. For the third weekend in March, I'm going to be out of town that weekend helping coach one of my professional athletes in his first professional MMA fight. So I'm going to use that chance of being out of town to get in a great trail hike where I'll get to get a little bit more elevation than I normally would here at the beach. And then that way it also allowed me to get a little extra miles than the week before. So for this last training hike in March, we'll be staying right in Greenville, South Carolina for the fight. So the fight will be on a Saturday night. And that next morning on Sunday, I'm going to get up bright and early. Me and my wife are going to drive about 30 minutes outside of Greenville to Jones Gap State Park. I'm going to hike about 20 or so miles all the way to the top of Sassafras Mountain. Sassafras Mountain is the highest point in South Carolina, a place where we don't get a chance to see too much high elevation or anything like that. So this would be a great chance to test my legs on some elevation gain, and this will also allow me to get an extra mile since I'm be going 20 miles one way and yo-yoing back that same 20 miles to complete 40 miles in one day. These first 3 training hikes in March are going to be super important as I start building up to where I'm getting ready for the PCT. This is going to help my body start getting used to those longer miles, getting in 25 miles, 35 miles, and 40 miles in each of the 3 hikes, building up on each one. This will be setting the foundation for next month's training block, where I'll be moving away from just the single day hikes and into a multi-day hike where I'll get to test out some of my sleeping equipment and my whole sleep system and make sure that's all running smoothly. I'll be making videos along each of these 3 training hikes for the month of March. I'll be showing you exactly what I'm taking with you, what I'm eating along the way, how everything goes, and any sort of ups and downs that I have along the way. I'm super excited to start getting feet on the ground and start getting these miles in as I get prepared to hike 40 plus miles a day for over 60 days straight to make sure that I can hike the entire PCT in 60 days. If you guys have any recommendations or input, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll look forward to connecting with you there. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course subscribe to follow my journey. This is going to be a great year for the PCT, and I can't wait to see you guys out on the trail.